Well, hey there, reader friends. I'm Erica, and welcome to my channel. And it is July, which even though technically June is the middle of the year, I always think of July as the middle of the year, which means that it is time for, it's such a hard tag for me to say. What is it? The mid-year book freakout tag. This tag was created way back in 2016 by Cami, and Ellie at Earl Grey Books. I will leave links to their channels down below, although I do believe that is it Cami or Chami? I don't know, but I think the video is no longer up. But I will look and see, and whatever I can find, I'll post down below. So here are the questions. Here we go. Number 1, the best book you've read so far in 2019. You're going to sense a theme with this, because the best book I've read so far this year is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. It was so good. Number 2, best sequel you've read so far in 2019. This one is a tie between two books. The first book is a middle grade book called The War I Finally Won by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley, which is the second book in The War That Saved My Life duology, and I was pleasantly surprised. I liked it a lot more than The War That Saved My Life. I think that's partly because Ada's grown up a little bit, but the socio-emotional intelligence in this book and development of socio-emotional intelligence in this book was perfect. I haven't read a book where, spoiler alert, somebody dies and the character responds so authentically as Ada did, in that sometimes when people die, you have conflicted feelings, and that's okay, but it's also kind of weird, and it's hard to navigate. The next best sequel I read in 2019, obviously, is The Wicked King by Holly Black. I didn't give it 5 stars, but it was good. It was good. It was good. Number 3, new release you haven't read yet but want to. Again, I have 2 for this. I really need to read On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. I just haven't got to it. I checked it out from the library and then I didn't get to it before it was due, and I may end up just having to buy it. We'll see what happens. The other book I really want to read that has come out but I haven't gotten to yet because, once again, it was due before I got to it, is Aurora Rising by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman, because the Illuminae files destroyed me. Number 4, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Yep. It's coming out in November, guys! Number 5, your biggest disappointment. I'm going to go with a book I just recently read, which is Of Fire and Stars by, hang on, I gotta look it up, Audrey Coldhurst. I gave this book 2 stars. I was very disappointed. One of the reasons I was very disappointed with this book had to do with the fact that it actually is a middle grade book, but was marketed as a teen book and written as a teen book. It's a middle grade book. The writing in it is middle grade. And that's part of why I'm so bitter, because middle grade is not my favorite, as I've said before, and if you trick me into reading it by saying it's a teen book, I'm bitter about that. Number 6, the biggest surprise. For this, I'm going to go with a nonfiction title, and it's called No Beast So Fierce, The Terrifying True Story of the Champawat Tiger by Dane Hucklebridge. This book is really interesting because it's written as a case study of the Champawat tiger, which was the deadliest animal in history. Killed a lot of people and ate them. And so at first I was like, this will be interesting because that's interesting. But this book did a really amazing job of using that story as a case study to look more deeply into issues of colonization, environmentalism, conservation, and what happens when apex predators and humans, like, their habitats collide. It was really thought-provoking, really interesting, and I highly recommend it if you're interested in those topics. Plus tigers. Tigers are amazing, guys. I didn't even realize how amazing they are. But now I'm low-key terrified of them, and very glad I live somewhere where they do not exist outside of captivity, because, holy cow. Number 7, favorite new author, and this can be a debut author or someone who's just new to you. And I'm gonna go with Casey McQuiston, who wrote Red, White, and Royal Blue, because what a stellar first novel. What a stellar first novel. I can't wait to see what she writes next, but I have high expectations, which might be a bad thing, but what a joy. What a joy. Number 8, newest fictional crush. This is kind of hard because I can't think of any that are new. I read a lot of books that are like sequels, so like I can't really say them because they're not new to me. I want to say Prince Henry, But Prince Henry is gay. So that seems like a foolish thing to have a crush on, because that nothing would happen. That's not fair to either of us. So I don't know the answer to this. I guess we'll just say I really think Prince Henry is an adorable cinnamon roll, and I love him so much, and I have a crush on him, but that's not healthy because he's gay. I guess nobody right now. Number 9, newest favorite character. I just finished Fix Her Up by Tessa, what's her last name? Tessa Bailey. And I really liked Georgie. I thought she was really refreshing, and I enjoyed her personality quite a bit. And I liked that she's very, this is kind of spoilery, so I'll hold my hand up when I'm done talking about the book. I'll put it down. But one thing I really liked about Georgie is that she's figuring out how to be, an adult, and how to be more self-determined and just take her agency in her life. But then she totally is completely fine with the fact that when she's in the bedroom, that's not exactly what she wants to do. And that she doesn't want to be completely controlling in the bedroom. And I really liked that Tessa Bradley decided to portray her like that, sometimes who you are outside of the bedroom isn't necessarily who you are inside the bedroom, and that's okay. And, that's fine. That doesn't make you any less of a powerful woman. So I really appreciated that. Spoilers are finished now, guys. Spoilers are finished. It's safe. Number 10, a book that made you cry. Oh, well, Red, White, and Royal Blue, for a lot of reasons. Not just because of the plot, but just seeing something that was so much of a rom-com that was a non-heterosexual relationship and was written like a romantic comedy and didn't have a bunch of tortured angst in it around the sexuality of the characters was really refreshing, and it made me cry because it was the first time I've ever seen anything like that, and that was really, really nice. Number 11, a book that made you happy. Again, I think I'll go with 2, because I'm always going to go with Red, White, and Royal Blue. It made me very happy. But I'm also going to go with The Wicked King because I enjoyed it a lot, and it made me happy, and, also made me very tortured in my emotions. But I enjoy Holly Black's writing so much, and it's just like, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Oh, and I guess I'll add on to that Kingdom of Ash, because that was a satisfying conclusion to that series, and I enjoyed it a lot, and I thought it was just ship sailed that I really wanted to sail, so I was happy. I was happy about that. Number 12, the most beautiful book you've bought this year so far, or received. None. I don't think I've bought any books this year, yet. And I don't think I've received any books this year yet. I use the library, and I can't think of a cover off the top of my head that comes out as like, boom, this was amazing. So, yeah. 13, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? I mean, I feel like this is just going to be a repeat of number 3, new release you haven't read yet but want to. But I definitely need to read On the Come Up and Queen of Nothing. The Queen of Nothing. I have to read that. I would read that now, but they're not doing any arcs of it. So, yeah. And I don't even do arcs, guys. I don't even do arcs, but I would do arcs for The Queen of Nothing because I want to know what's going to happen. I want to know what's going to happen to Jude and Carden. I need to know. Number 14, favorite book community member. I mean, I hate that question. I feel like that's really a loaded question, and I don't like it at all. So I'm just going to leave a couple of my favorite booktubers that I like watching their videos down below in the description. Feel free to check them out. And that's it. And feel free to do this tag if you'd like to. I feel like everybody's doing it, but if you haven't, I would really like to hear your thoughts. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys!